everyone, and welcome back. Today we are playing the spicy teamer control list, and I know some people might hate it, might hate playing against it, but at least on our side, we are the one piloting the deck, it's a little bit more tolerable. The main reason I'm playing this is because standard has pretty much been the same since the new set came out. Even before that, like, nothing changed besides that Convoke became a deck, other decks just got stronger, Esper still at the top of the game, Blue-White Control still really strong, and things like that. This is like truly the only deck that came out of nowhere and kind of suplexed the meta, if you would. Outside of that, we have a couple other spicy things in this list that went 9-1 in a MTGO challenge, and that is playing Vampire's Vengeance for the Convoke matchups. And you're like, why this one? Why not Brotherhood in? Instant speed is the main reason. We can do it on our opponent's turn, blow up a lot of their things, get a lot of value, lethal demolitions and things like that. We can get those off the board. Other than that, we have the one of fun of Elish Norn in the main to stop all those ETBs that are troublesome. And there is a sideboard card that I find very interesting if you hate losing against mill decks and whatnot. And that is this Sentinel here. It has 3 mana, put a target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. If you are completely milled out and try to draw a card, you obviously lose. However, this can be activated instant speed. You put a stop on your upkeep. You activate it for 3 mana. You put a card from your graveyard, probably World Soul Rage, and you put it back into your deck, and then you can play it. The best thing about this card, even though we don't play it today, I'm going to spoiler season, is it is an artifact creature, so Go for the Throat can't answer it, and Cut Down can't answer this card. So it does find a weird way to dodge a lot of things in those like blue-black mill combo decks. So it is a very cool card. But other than that, we're kind of just solid against things we need to be solid against. We have Turniers for that type of thing, including the Mirror. We have Malevolent Hermits to ensure our stuff resolves, negates to help that case, a Braid to pick up Unlicensed Hearse or Soul Guide Lantern, things like that. Barrages for the Esper matchups, more Vampire's Vengeance for those aggro matchups we already mentioned. Frillbacks kind of as a universal card for us in Titania if we need it. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and hop into the game, see how they go, and I hope you all enjoy. I will say right now, in the second set, I did start playing a little bit loose, but I kind of thought we were in garbage time, so I just started doing stuff at random. Don't get mad. If you play this deck, you know what I'm talking about. I'll see y'all there. I mean, sure, right? Got a 2-drop we can play, as long as we can get an island, mountain, plain. Yeah, we keep this. We also got a Nissa on curve, kind of. Great draw in case they play a lot of creatures here. Island. Maybe not the best thing our opponent's going to have fun with, but it looks like the Mirror. Definitely get into trouble quick. They kind of have to come out the gate and punish us for being a slow deck. Whether they will or not, I don't know. We don't have a second blue, so this Member Deluge is a little bit whack. But we'll see. We got opponent. Tap land. No flash creature there. Probably a Go for the Third or something if I had to imagine. I guess I'm not playing this to here regardless. So I can play this, go grab a red. And then I can play this the next turn, play another one, make a red. Who knows? And I'll just hold this. The only problem with like holding back the Archaeologist, well, one, there's no point in attacking with the 0 thing, but even if it was a 1/4, I'd probably still hold it. Maybe. But the only real issue is they play flash creatures with flying, so it's like it's not even like this necessarily going to get anywhere. Like this. Most likely this is dying. Or getting countered, regardless. That makes sense. Play one of these. This next turn we can do it for 3. Even though I think we already have 3. We need one more blue to use a card like Memory Deluge on their end step, force them to interact, and maybe we can get away with some stuff. Let us grab a Plains, maybe throw them off a little. This Plains is for Elish Norn, but in the yard. Not a whole lot we can do about it now. Will they tap out for anything? Who knows? Maybe not the best deck of all time to mill against. but that makes sense. We can assume that this card's probably coming out. Is it Detsugu? Wow. I was not ready for that. No reason to play around it. 3. They have a counter spell or they don't. You either have a counter spell or you don't. Yep. So we need to make sure we grab our blue one. Brokers is A Island. And then just grab these. Best part about playing against this Hidetsugu deck with what we're kind of doing is that we most likely won't have to worry about getting one-shotted anytime soon. They can do a lot of damage. Playing something like a Shielder can definitely do that for them. We're going to go kind of fill up on the blue mana here. What do you got for me, opponent? A Shielder or something, and I can definitely cannon it. Hidetsugu, bring this up. I think we're going to see a Shielder be made, or Hidetsugu be made. Is Hidetsugu an ETB? Sure. I think it's an ETB. Knows. Not to me. Fair enough. They tapped out. They are tapped out, huh? No ETBs for me? Oh, I only have 3 mana here? Sure. Play this, say go. Definitely be able to World Soul Rage him after this. Maybe. They could Hidetsugu combo me, maybe? It's like really weird, because if they attack me with their Reef, they can hit me for quite a lot. Doesn't really do much. Kind of interesting that they played the Yellow Snoring, but they're looking to stop my ETBs. So awkward. Surprised they didn't do a Shielded or something. Sure. They're tapped out. This is 9-13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3. So it's 24, so they'll actually live here. Which is kind of wild. They gain so much off that. Although these do get exiled, correct? Or do they just sacrifice? I think I might actually just sacrifice. Am I dead? Yeah, pretty close. What the combo that my opponent's doing? Pretty sick. Makes sense why they did the Yellow Snoring earlier. Huh. All the way to 35. Wild. And I won't even be able to ill-time explosion because it's shielded. Sure. Wait. Did I win? This is... It's 5? Somebody break out the chalkboard. I think it's better to cast this twice. Because this is... 11... 11, 9 is 19 times 2, no? Uh, 6, 9, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17? Submit 0. Submit 0. you later, sir. No reason we should have won that game, but we did. So very cool. Graveyard seems to matter with them, which is interesting. This card seems bad. Ill time also seems kind of bad. Turn the Earth seems fine. This might actually be good just for the life gain aspect. And nose. That's a wild card that we're playing. I might go more graveyard, kind of hate here, I think. Good, but maybe not the best. Do this. Maybe I'm going a little too nuts. Maybe. This is weird. I've not played against the Hidetsugu deck in a long time, so I'm gonna rock with this and kind of see how it goes. My opponent goes first. Very cool. I mean, that makes sense, right? Island, swamp. A forest there, but I think it's fine. Maybe less fine. Have a second island right away. Sure. Keep Cavern Bat, most likely in from the sideboard. We'll see. We will see. Bana. Permanent. We did rip the forest. Do I even show them that? Sure. Because I would much rather be able to use this and go ahead and get it like out of my hand so they can't take it. And I already have another island, so it's not like Memory Deluge is going to be hard to get to. Might see another bat, could see a Gix. Maybe they turn into more of a Dimir aggro list this time around. Like a more traditionalist. Well, there's a Preacher. Took out all my board wipes and now I'm upset. One. We'll just use this to ramp for now. Sure. I have to sneeze. Very cool. Big sneezer boy now. What do you got for me, opponent? What in the world is going on? We will play Island, by the way, this turn to hold up the memory. They'll use the cast on their end step, but then also a turn the Earth so they can't do any shenanigans with their graveyard. Realizing that me playing my land was kind of a mistake. Fine. I won't worry about it if you don't worry about it. I'm going to play my island. I'm going to stay true to my play, even though I drew a throwback to technically exile their yard, but I'm not that worried about it right now. What you got? Duress. I'm gonna go ahead and Memory Deluge. Even if this is to grab like some awkward cards. These ones. That resolves. Sure. So I should be able to see this first. Yeah, I'll discard this. Sure, go for it. Make your 1/1. I guess I'll tuck mine. Yeah, I guess I just tuck mine. Then they can bring this out and have it be a deep cavern bat. My hand's not necessarily that great, so I don't really care. Sure. Ill time off the top? That'd be so sick. I don't think I have ill time. As many copies anyway. Unsure. Non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. I don't have double green, Bruno. What a weird game it's become. What a weird game indeed. It went from this Hidetsugu like combo style list to this, and it's very weird. Sure. Means like ill time or bust. Oh yeah, sure. All right, I guess I bring it back in. They just didn't show me anything other than being like a combo deck, so I just like roll back was too much. I figured. ETB hit Escu's ETB. I guess Alex Norn's also good. Just trim that. Seems like they weren't about it necessarily that much. I guess I don't even care about the hermits this time. We'll see. I have no idea. I'm just kind of throwing cards in at random. Because they went from this like Hidetsugu combo deck to this just all-out aggro deck, which the general rule of thumb is that they'll go back to the Hidetsugu combo deck, but Mountain Forest Plains. Sure. We'll grab a mountain here. Could grab the plains, but I'll just do that later, whether it's through the echoing deeps or what. Play your land. Play your tap land. Sure. Do I? Nah, I just play it. Because if they want to bat me, they can bat me. Sure. Didn't really show like a ton of removal. Maybe they just won't care. Yeah, there's the bat. You can either take Elish Norn and negate. Negate's probably the choice. I would have to imagine, but it could be Elish Norn. Definitely a thing they could do. Yeah, that makes sense. Sneaky boy. Well, they know about Elish Norn, so I'm down to go grab a plains. Just get it in. Alpha Strike. Make sure they're at quite a lower life total here, so if they play a Preacher, it can't necessarily trigger and get their stuff back. It could have Tideminder too. You know about one card, and they only get one card. So, because of Tideminder, I will play land and just rip all these out. Well, now I think there's a creature that's a little more important for them to have to answer. So play Nissa. Play Echoing Deep. Have it enter as this. This will trigger. We'll make a green. This will sack. We'll go grab whatever land we really want. We'll grab another forest. Make another green. Dig. And we'll play another one of these. And now we have two. Ton of lands in there. Again, make the life total between us enough of a difference that if they hit us, like the Preacher's not really able to activate. Obviously, we're a bit away from that, but still got to play to it. Yeah, see, now they'd be able to. But Preacher's on attack, so I can double attack and get him down below that. What you got for me, opponent? Hopefully I can find a land to play and get an Acidic trigger, so if they want a Tide Binder, they can do that. They just choose not to. Maybe missing a land here. Maybe missing a land here. But we're going to make so much mana here. And rip out so many lands that it's just almost... I have no idea what's best. Play a blue. Red. Activate. One. Start. Oh, that was the Echoing Deep trigger. I was like, what was that about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Green. Sure. What do you do? Return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Sure. I will go in here. I will grab this. I will play it. And then I will play it. And then I don't want to activate because they could just try to remove it and I could sack it on their turn, make a ton of mana. Also, I could trigger Nissa again. Sure. Also, turn the Earth is possible here. I have 6 mana. And I'll look to put World Soul Rages back into my deck or try to prevent them from doing any shenanigans on their turn. Sure. That's anything you can do. I could have activated these, but I just don't know if it really matters. Green, blue. Let's activate here. Doesn't have a green and a blue left. This is an Echoing Deep trigger if you're unsure, because that's how that works for some reason. Island. On the Earth. Sure, you can have those in your yard. World Soul Rage and this because I can find a World Soul Rage. Well, we have the cannons ready. Aftermath. Go ahead. Shigeki is also really good here. So we can get the ill time, but sure. Sure. They're gonna go to combat. They're gonna attack. I'm gonna memory deluge. Also, don't make this mistake. Do not copy the memory deluge because you put no mana into it. Therefore, it does nothing. Probably gonna enter the battlefield at Sedetsugu if I had to imagine. Looking for like lands and stuff, but who knows? About to look at my top 7, and it will not be close if I find it. I don't have anything. Memory deluge. To grab memory deluges, or this. This. Sure. My turn. This one. This one. Now copy, and he'll do 40. Doesn't submit 0 and submit 0. I'm gonna let him out. I'm not gonna go crazy. But commentating wise, I didn't even know what to say in game 2. They like showed so little creatures and board presence, and then all of a sudden it was just creature. I was just like, I thought I was gonna have all day to do this. I just need to worry about Hidetsugu, but apparently not. I go first. Yeah, I guess. Sure. A plains forest. Let's let them know. Why not? Let's really confuse them though. Let's go right here. Let's grab his plains. Now they're lost. They don't know what's happening. They're like, a plains. Oh, it's Golgari. We're screwed. It's all over. Shigeki, good luck. We need you to be able to activate. Stay around, Shigeki. I believe in you. You will not get cut down. You will not get go for the thirded. I think the planes really got him. They're like, what's happening? It is an enchantment creature. I could just be playing enchantments. You don't want to kill it. You don't want to do that. Fine. You son of a... They're like, no, I'm pretty sure I want to kill it. Oh, we have blue and we have a red. Sure. Let's go make sure our hand's not battable. Oh, I guess I can grab his back. Because it does say creature. This is my Shigeki. Thank you. I could make their swamp, but I'm going to do this. It is something to think about if they do have a cottage go in the yard via some, like, discard effect. We could, in theory, like, get rid of their stuff. I'm not worried about what they're doing too much. If they bat me, I World Soul Rage, and it's all good. Like, this is obviously annoying, but I have a higher life total, so it doesn't matter too much because they'll make a 1/1 here. What do I want to do? I have 2 forest, I guess. I guess I'll play an island. Now pass. Discard, return X, target non-legendary from graveyard. Okay. Pass, please. Sure. You get to make a 1/1. It's all good. I do want to kind of make sure that this is actually going to work. You know, like I don't want to go overboard with it. I'm going to hold Shigeki because I'd much rather bring the World Soul Rage back. That's 3. I'm actually willing to go for the Ill-Time Explosion here, I think. Because even if I miss, I can then play a land and then World Soul Rage the Preacher out. Yeah, we did miss. These? We'll deal 3. Clean up most of the board here. And now they'll get both modes off this, which is like kind of whatever. Not my favorite thing that's ever happened, but not really a whole lot I could do to stop it right now. I went for it to hit a memory deluge and things like that, which seemed good. Sure. Update. There's a creature that's maybe worse than the one I have to play right now. And I have to World Soul Rage it. So... because it does make me discard. Obviously, they'll get value off this, but... submit 3, my hand. Submit 4. I'll have it enter as a copy of this one. We do have to pay attention because eventually we're going to want to make sure that we're copying different ones. Mountain, please. Yeah. Forest. Forest. We do have to also be careful on playing like our Virtuous Strength because they can play Furlback. A lot of times they do play Furlback. So we did 4 there. We now have 4, 5, 9, 10 mana. Sure. No Restless Cottage. Interesting. Maybe exiling the World Soul Rage could have seemed like worthy.
Those who get in my way.
You want a plus?
I'm tired of your secrets.
Get rid of Aftermath. Aftermath's good, but I don't think it's as good as Shigeki. That makes sense. Draw. Play this one. Oh, they have to hit it. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14 on the board. I can gain some here. I could World Soul Rage. Time's possible, but I don't have like a big enough spell to go with it. Let's play this and go look real quick. Do a forest. So I can do green, return X, target non-legendary. I can do it when they activate Liliana, I guess. I I guess if they draw bad, I lose. That's all possible. Unless it's sorcery and I'm stupid. No. What did you draw? Sure. Green, green. So I can do for 2. I can do this. I can pay 3 in the 6. We grab World Soul. Relax game. Yep. Dissolve. Get rid of this. Pass.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Now we got these. And then I can just cannon them for a ton. Is it enough for lethal? We established it was 10 before? Well, 30 mana. Never mind. They're super dead. I lied. I think. A 0. Wow. Very cool. We knew it was 30 and then we played one more land, so that's what mattered. Creatures, these are coming out. Mainly creatures, so we just need to be able to handle that. But that one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. A braid, probably not going to do anything. Negate's possibly good to get the Lilianas and stuff. Might need this to gain a little more life. Elishnorn, you don't really stop anything, do you? Yeah, Elishnorn doesn't stop anything in this match. So you can come out. I just need you just to be like a creature to protect my life total. Trim one of you. I'm gonna doppelgang someone. Here. Actually, Vampire's Vengeance can get to Deep Cavern bats. It might just be important enough. I'm not sure though. Maybe you're not worth it. I have no idea. Maybe we just do the old run back. I'm only gonna play Nissa really if I can kind of combo with it, so I'm gonna do that. I wasn't sure I wanted the Vampire card, but with Deep Cavern bats, just like in our first round matchup, we want to be able to ensure that we can kind of get those off the board. You know what hand's really good against a Deep Cavern bat? This one. So we're gonna keep. They can take my Memory Deluge. It's such a bad hand, but it's like against Golgari, that's not going to come out of the gate super quick. A lot of times we're fine. We have untap islands to get, or just in our hand. Burgers? Sure. Worst. And we can play Mountain and play the Aftermath if they'll allow me. Please pass. Please pass. Please have the polar opposite hand of me. No? Ah. He left on top. Sounds like removal to me. I've never seen removal more in my life. You know what? I'm not even going to play it. I'm not playing into it. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to take it out of my hand. Please grab the mountain. I have to pry it from my cold dead hands. Don't play a preacher, bro. You didn't mean that. All right, that gives us a temporary blocker, so I like that. I'll grab the Memory Deluge back, so that I can play Island and actually use Memory Deluge here. Ah, nah, bro. You got it. Nuts. A cycle, which takes pressure off unless they hit and land. Oh, they do, but it's tapped. Tragic. So tragic. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Oh, relax. Don't mean it. You calm down. We're just looking to Memory Deluge here, I think. We can also make sure Preacher doesn't necessarily draw cards here by just blocking. Next turn. They'll gain 1, but we can gain 1 off the land drop. Or maybe even more than 1. Sure. Probably a horrible idea to play this first. I'm learning that now. Don't worry, it's fine. You didn't mean it either. I guess I grab a Nissa. I have no idea. Because now they can make me discard. Oh boy. Forest. It's like fine. I know there's a better way to do that, but it'll be alright. Got quite a lot of lands in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands in there. Okay. And also, I think Nissa is the primary, like, I'm going to remove this creature. Even though Aftermath is actually the scary one. But Nissa can find other Aftermath, so I wouldn't blame them. Yep, they do the right thing, at least in my opinion. But maybe they have double removal and it didn't matter. I'm not blocking. Sure. Take a look. World Soul Rage makes sense. Yeah. Block here. Do a little bit of trimming. Keep our Nissa. Sure. Another land from my opponent, maybe? Sure. Negate's pretty cool. I don't think I have a way to keep negate up, though. Right? Unless I play this land. I know I lose a little value here, but I think I get to hold up negate this way. I play that. No. I actually have more mana if I play this. Because I get 2 lands. Or, well, it's the same either way, right? But I get this back out of the graveyard. So I should just do this. Green. We'll grab a mountain. Do green for now. Sure. Use the 2 green to play this. Absolutely disgusting. I don't think I have a way to like make sure I have a mana on tap, so let's just activate here. If anything, I want Shigeki back. Green, green, green. Fill it up. Let's fire this off. Yeah, seems good to me. Next. Nope, pass. Now, if we would have had that island untapped. Oh, relax. You don't mean it. This is an enchantment, so I was going to block here, but not leaving the blue back sucks so much. But it is what it is. Sure. Yep. I was hoping to get to block. They were so low on cards, but brutal. We can always return it back to hand, though, here. But we're going to ill-time, make sure that we get all this stuff off the board. Or do I need to get it back in order to make sure I can kill all these creatures? I got to get it back to guarantee. Do this for 2. A U and a U. Yeah, as long as I can play Virtue. I could have done it for 1 more and grabbed another one back, I guess. Man, not wanting to count really coming back to bite me right now. Yeah, so play land, ill time, Virtue, land, I guess. We'll do a 7, clear the board, and now we can just kind of play this game normally. Play this, hold up a negate. Or like a rest. Deep Cavern Bat's obviously a good card, but we have 2 of these, so we don't really care. And if they don't... Oh, exile my yard's good. Gain life, exile yard. Yeah. Pretty good. 1 cards left. Sure. Oh boy. I mean, this is a ton of damage regardless. So 5, that's 10, it's 13. I honestly don't think I had any more lands. That's the only reason I didn't play this. I had 1. I could have counted, but I'm not doing that. Could have made it green too, but it's fine. I just feel like I'm in garbage time, so I'm kind of just like jamming my spells, but they could still win here, so I need to stop doing that. They know about the 1 World Soul Rage. They don't know about my second. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure. Here. Just basically tapping out, it looks like. If I have it, I have it. And indeed we do. I know I played incredibly loose there, but I was just kind of like, I think this game's over. I'm just going to call it and just kind of like play and just do it. All right, other than my poor play, I think this deck is obviously gross. I think this deck is really good. I think the best part about this deck is that it shaked up the meta that was so stale and kind of boring. We've seen pretty much every content creator ever play it. The only reason I kind of looked at this list was it did 9-1 in a challenge, which is incredibly good and just shows how consistent the combo can be pulled off. And the main thing that I saw in this one, other than obviously the spicy Galvanic iteration or the Doppelganger, which we didn't see the Doppelganger, but we saw Galvanic iteration of why it's in the deck, because it just starts timesing everything. Always had that virtue, the Galvanic, and it just started multiplying. It was really this Vampire's Vengeance. Now, this is a nod towards Convoke and some of the aggro decks. And the reason it's so cool is the fact that it's instant speed. If this wasn't instant speed, we'd be playing something else, but it's also easier to cast because of the 1 red. So that's kind of why it gets the nod in the deck. Well, the main thing outside of this is also the Elesh Norn. Elesh Norn being very important in terms of stopping enter the battlefield triggers. And just being a 4/7 vigilance creature sometimes that can protect our life total and just be a heck of a bodyguard. Outside of that, we got to turn the Earth for the kind of combo decks or the mirror match where you can kind of tuck your opponent's stuff and they don't get as many lands back or something like that. We have Hermits to make sure against blue-white control. We have a way to make sure our spells resolve because we don't have a Cavern of Souls type effect for our spells. That land does exist, just not in standard. So it is what it is, but negates for pretty much obvious reasons, I have to imagine. A Braid to pick up. God, I always call it Tormod's Whip, but it's unlicensed Hearst is what this really picks up. Even a Soul Guide Lantern it can pick up because Soul Guide Lantern is weirdly legal in this format. Kind of gone under the radar as a main board exile effect. But we got Barrages. We got more Vampire's Vengeance just for the same reasons. Barrages for Esper midrange. And then we got Titania to play against like mono red, gain life, and maybe even do some shenanigans with it in terms of gaining a ton. And then we got the Frillbacks, and then this card, I don't know why this was here. I didn't even realize until we went to our first sideboard session that I was like, oh, this card's in here. That's crazy. But whenever it enters the battlefield, target player mills 3 cards. Us. Put a target card from the graveyard on the bottom of his owner's library. So this is a way if we're playing against a lot of counterspell magic, or like our opponent is like maybe a Jace Mill deck, we could technically use this and kind of make sure that we're putting our World Soul Rage on the bottom over and over again, and we can't just be Jace Milled out of the game. Or against the blue-black combo mill deck, this card can actually protect us from it as well, because they can't mill us out if we have mana on our upkeep. On our upkeep, we'll attempt to draw. You'll lose if you have no cards, but we can activate this ability at instant speed. So we put a stop on our upkeep, we activate it, we put a land from our graveyard into our library, and then we bring it, like we just draw that card. So we make sure that it's a World Soul Rage, we cannon our opponent, play a ton of lands, do that, and then make sure we have the Sentinel able to activate multiple times and put multiple cards back into our deck and make sure we don't get milled out. So weirdly, a weird looking card, but a spicy one. Also, it's an artifact, so it dodges Go for the Throat, and it's too big for cut down. So it is a little hard for them to remove. If they are playing the typical removal spell, they have to play Long Goodbye to get this off the battlefield. But outside of that, this is the list. I feel like it's pretty normal of what we played thus far. So we'll go ahead and move on from here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.